Why are people unhappy with their recent move to Florida? Are you planning to make the move in 2023? If so, stay tuned. Hey y'all, my name is Chandra Patterson, and on this channel, I share videos of what it's like living in the Central Florida area. So if that's something you'd like to know more about, then click the subscribe button and ring the bell. Also, feel free to leave a comment if there's anything you're interested in seeing or wanting to know, and I'll do my best to provide those answers for you. Today, I'm going to share with you why people are leaving our beautiful state. A lot of people aren't aware of the recent changes that have happened in Florida. If you're planning to retire here or move here on a fixed income, then you may want to hear what I've got to say. So why are some Floridians unhappy? Well, we've had a few changes recently, and one being the Florida State Legislature passed a bill requiring that additional flood insurance be applied to all the properties across the state, regardless of whether you're in a high-risk zone or not. This is an added expense that many people weren't expecting. Hurricane Ian has definitely left its lingering effects here. When you look at the year-over-year average, the cost of homeowners insurance increased 9% nationally, and it increased 33% in Florida. Over a dozen insurance companies went bankrupt in Florida, and several other large companies have completely pulled out of the market. Progressive Insurance announced that if your roof is over 15 years old, they're not renewing your policy. This affected over 55,000 families. They'll either have to pay for the roof or try to find someone else to insure you. Florida is ranked number 1 in the country for having the highest homeowners insurance. It's tripled the national average, and prices are expected to go up an additional 40% in 2023. Another recent price hike has been electric. Florida residents spend about $247 a month on electricity. That's 22% higher than the national average bill. Florida utilities rely heavily on the high cost of natural gas to generate their electricity. We also have several large private-owned utility companies that have increased customer bills earlier this year because of the gas prices increasing. When the Florida population increases, and this is daily because we still have around 1,200 people moving to Florida every day. And added to that, the recent demand for electric cars and the constant need to run your air conditioner, because it is hot here, this has put a very high demand on the utilities. And sadly, they're not predicting a slowdown in the near future. Another recent price hike is car insurance. Florida pays 59% more than the national average. This is due to several factors. One is our large population. It leads to busy and crowded streets. We have drivers from all over moving here, so they learn their own rules of the road. Large amount of tourists, distracted drivers, uninsured drivers, and all of these are driving up our car insurance. Florida has over 22 million people living here now, so expect to be waiting in traffic at times as well, for numerous reasons. It isn't just a wreck, it's road closures, road construction, or just super slow moving drivers who creep along in the passing lane. Tourists out sightseeing, or it's just downpouring. And heads up, when it rains here, people drive like it's snowing. I understand you need to be safe with the oils and the heat and the water and all that on the roads, but some take it a little to the extreme. The last expense we need to consider is Mother Nature. We have hurricanes, tropical storms, crazy lightning strikes that has been known to damage things, and occasionally sinkholes. Florida is the number 1 state in the nation for hurricanes, and depending on what part of Florida you live in, you may need to evacuate. Retiring isn't supposed to be work, but if you live in Florida, it may be at certain times of the year. It gets exhausting. You gotta pack up your valuables, find a place to go, long lines at the gas pumps, and hopefully you find gas at the pump, worrying about your pets, everything. Then when it's over, you get back in traffic coming home, and you may deal with power outages, trees down, repairing damage, and arguing with the insurance companies. So if you're retiring here on a fixed income, you'll want to keep that expense in mind as well. But it's reality when you live in Florida. Also, depending on where you're coming from, the Florida real estate market can look very attractive, especially if you're coming from a more expensive real estate market. But it's not just the home prices to think about here. It's the homeowners insurance. We rank number 1 for paying the highest. And then tack on that additional flood insurance. Then you got car insurance. Again, Florida is the highest of 2023. Then you have utilities. They have went up a lot. Unfortunately, with all these new high price increases in Florida, it's making some feel that they could just no longer afford retiring or living here on a fixed income. With that said, Florida is a beautiful place to live and a great place to raise a family. Just keep those must-haves in mind when you're planning your move here. I hope you found this information helpful. If so, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. If you're planning a move to Florida, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We would love to help you find a place to call home. And as always, we've got your back when you're moving to Central Florida. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video.